your number one source for local news. This is WRAL, coverage you can count on.
We finally have a break in the widespread rain after seeing over 2 inches yesterday and even this morning. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Laura Levine. Renee Chu and Chris Lovingood have the afternoon off. Meteorologist Grant Skinner is here in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. And Grant, hopefully we will have some breaks throughout the weekend for all of those outdoor plans.
That's right. Just some scattered light rain right now, but a lot less coverage across our area. The heaviest showers and storms right now are towards the coastline, and you see a lot of lightning down towards the Wilmington area. But locally, again, just some brief showers over in Johnston County, but a lot quieter, just a lot of lingering cloud cover. But it's been the wettest July on record, almost 9 inches at RDU, a surplus of about 5¼ inches. So a lot of much needed rain for us. Still need a lot to break the drought, but this has been very, very beneficial. And again, you see all the cloud cover from Fenton and Cary and keeping us cooler across the area. Highs today will likely only reach the mid to upper 70s to around 80 degrees. We only reached 74 yesterday. That was a record low high temperature. If we get 77, that will also be very, very cool for this time of the year. 81 for the high in Clinton today, 78 Rocky Mount, 76 in Roxborough, 79 for a high today in Roanoke Rapids. Rain chances pick up again overnight tonight. A 60% chance of scattered showers, maybe a brief storm to our south, but I think we'll mainly just see showers overnight. Then the rain chances slowly drop off throughout the day tomorrow, but again, a better rain chance overnight and into tomorrow morning. And with that, we could see some localized flooding. I think the best chance to see localized flooding, though, will be closer to the coastline, where they have some heavy showers and storms right now, and more of those will continue into the rest of the day. For the No Con concert tomorrow night, rain chances looking a lot slimmer, temperatures in the low 70s. We'll talk more about the rest of your weekend's forecast, plus when to expect more rain chances next week. That's coming up.
All right, Grant, thanks so much. Raleigh police have announced another arrest connected to the violent takeovers on the 4th of July, and it's another teenager. 17-year-old Kenna Daughtry will be charged as an adult, including assault with a deadly weapon, discharging a weapon into occupied property, and going armed to the terror of the public. So WRAL's Sean Gallagher, he's in Glenwood South. He's been following this story. Sean, a lot of updates in this case. Raleigh police also indicating more arrests could be coming.
Yeah, Laura, I was told yesterday they are still following leads as it relates to the incidents on the 4th of July. But so far, 6 teens have been charged, including 5 charged in connection to those shootings. And remember, it was just 3 weeks ago that Glenwood South here was covered. And a bar owner here tells me he's calling for changes that he feels could make the weekends here much safer. Now, remember, Raleigh police said there were about 8,000 people here on the 4th of July. There were multiple shootings and fights. Police confident.
We are now getting our first look at a deadly encounter between Las Vegas police and a man who was firing shots into a neighborhood. Police say they received multiple 911 calls Sunday about a man with an AR-15 style rifle and firing shots into the air and toward homes and vehicles. A body cam video released by the department shows officers confronting him as he lay in the street. A struggle broke out when he stood up.
All right, if you got a long gun, get back. All right, get him on his stomach. He's got your gun.
Investigators say the man grabbed an officer's rifle during the fight and refused repeated commands to let go. Officers used tasers and a baton before eventually handcuffing him. That's when they noticed him bleeding from the head. Paramedics began life-saving efforts and took him to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The officers involved in the incident are now on paid administrative leave while the investigation continues. Meanwhile, the family of a Wisconsin man shot by a police officer Wednesday is now asking for the release of any video from this incident. This comes as the community gathers for a second night to remember Corey Ruiz. Some say Ruiz's death might have involved excessive use of force by officers. The Madison, Wisconsin police chief says officers encountered him when responding to reports of someone going through vehicles. They say he ran, and when police caught him, he pulled out a knife. The chief says when officers used a taser on Ruiz, it did not work, so they shot him with a gun. Members of the community say they are hurting and confused.
It's not just this group of people, that group of people, this organization or that business. It's all just one thing, that we all need to come together and we all need to do better and we all need to step up and make sure that something like this never happens again.
Ruiz's family has hired civil rights attorney Ben Crump to represent them as they seek answers. The FAA and NTSB are investigating an emergency landing and fire involving a seaplane. This happened in Washington State's San Juan Islands, located north of Seattle. Watch this as the seaplane makes that emergency landing. Some locals watching rush to the scene in their boat after hearing the crash. All 11 people on board survived and is accounted for, but several people were taken to the hospital for treatment and evaluation. One patient is in critical condition. Crews installed dozens of specially engineered 3D structures at Lake Norman. The concrete blocks will give fish habitat options. In the past, groups like the Wildlife Federation and Lake Norman Wildlife installed their own habitats, usually by dropping old Christmas trees or making rock formations. But these 3D printed houses are designed to be permanent. The project coordinator says it will provide aquatic life a place to grab onto, as well as provide a filter cleaning for the lake.
Lake Norman doesn't have a whole lot of natural woody habitat that fish like. So by installing these fish houses, what we're doing is increasing the habitat options for the fish out there.
The project is a partnership between wildlife groups and Duke Energy. It gives fish places to live, eat, and hunt. Well, Tropical Storm Bertha is now weakening while stalled storms have triggered flood watches for 12 million people from Alabama through North Carolina. NBC's Priscilla Thompson reports from Galveston, Texas.
This morning, severe weather being felt in multiple states, like North Carolina, where heavy rain turned sidewalks into streams and caused this car to spin out on the side of a road. Parts of the state soaked by more than half a foot of rain.
Got my little river running down here by the barn.
The storm also toppling massive trees across roadways and into homes, even knocking down power lines. Crews working quickly to clear debris and restore electricity. While the Gulf Coast has been largely spared from Bertha, some residents in Texas are still preparing to hunker down.
I am getting ready to go to the grocery store, and I'm getting ready to load up on water and whatever I'm going to need for the next couple of days.
With some minor coastal flooding and rip currents possible along the immediate coast in the coming days. Other parts of the country still cleaning up from relentless rain and flooding earlier this week, including devastating scenes of destruction in West Virginia. The governor there announcing at least 2 storm-related deaths, with search and rescue operations ongoing. Recovery may take time, and with drier weather ahead, the region is getting a desperately needed breather.
Reporting there. Okay, so a lot of those photos, Grant, actually came from us. We saw those trees down in multiple communities yesterday with all that rain that we got. But it is much needed rain for our area. Yeah, much needed. This was a rain gauge from this morning, kind of looking at Wednesday's rain all the way through this morning. You can see up to just under 4 inches in Raleigh. James sent this in. Our total yesterday was just over 2 inches. We had a lot of rain then and more this morning. And with this front still stalled to our south, we'll have more rain chances mainly late today into tomorrow morning, and then they slowly taper off throughout the weekend. But this is our next weather maker. It's the front that's been stalled right next to us. Again, more scattered showers possible. Watch for some localized flooding, mainly to the south towards the coastline. I think the majority of our area will not have to worry about much of a localized flooding threat, especially compared to what we saw yesterday. Here's the Doppler 5000. You can see those showers and storms closer to the front towards the coastline. Locally, just some brief showers, but we are much quieter and just cloudy. This cold air damming pattern is keeping cloud cover in place and cooler temperatures just stuck around the area. So Pinehurst, you can see lots of folks are enjoying the cooler temperatures, getting some golf in with a lack of rain, but temperatures not so hot. It's a nice day to golf into this morning, into this afternoon. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s by around 4 or 5 o'clock. So again, not going to get very hot today. Low to mid 70s by late today. And again, those shower chances do pick up late today into early tomorrow with that front still stalled close by. Now, a high of 77 today, 81 tomorrow, so we warm up just a bit. We'll get closer to 90 degrees by the end of the weekend. We'll see more breaks in the cloud cover as this front backs off and a lot more sunshine into our Sunday. And with that, temperatures do start to climb. Overall, smaller rain chances, though, to close out the weekend. The best chance for rain, as I mentioned, will be late today into tomorrow morning. Let's break that down on Futurecast. This is 1 o'clock this afternoon. The majority of the showers will be to our east, especially the heavier showers. We'll stay quiet for much of the back half of the day today. We'll just have those stubborn clouds.
Then late today into tomorrow morning, you can see some scattered showers, maybe a brief storm towards the coastline into the morning hours tomorrow. This is 4 a.m. tomorrow. Again, just one forecast model run, but gives you an idea of when the rain chances pick up tomorrow. Then by 7 a.m., a lot of scattered showers here. Again, we could have some ponding, some minor flooding, but I'm more concerned about that towards the coastline where you see more of those heavier showers through around midday tomorrow. So rain chances will eventually gradually drop off through the end of the weekend, but we have to get some more scattered showers through tomorrow morning. 81 degrees for your high tomorrow after only hitting 77 for our high today, up to 87 Sunday. More 90s return next week. We're watching for some late day storms on Tuesday that could bring a severe threat. We'll, of course, have more updated details on that throughout the weekend. But again, going to be cooler today. A lot of cloud cover. We're thankful for the rain we've had the past few days.
Oh, definitely. Grant, thanks so much. All right, coming up next, a bridge faces a fork in the road. The infamous Peace Street Bridge in Raleigh has cracked open 3 trucks in just 1 week. We're asking what's next for the problem spot today at 4. Plus, an ICE detention center could open in North Carolina. We look at the timeline and hear from people concerned about the proposal today at 5. Summer break means more screen time for some families, but for some kids, it'll be no phones allowed as they step back into the classroom soon. Gary Baumgarten spoke with researchers about the benefits of ditching the devices.
Americans are in the thick of summer. Travel is underway and kids are out of school. And with all of that free time, there's more to spend in front of TVs, tablets, and phones. And as children get ready to re-enter the classroom, some of them will be faced with cell phone bans. But an associate professor of education research says that's not all bad.
Students are actually talking to one another. They're re-engaging socially. If you take the devices away, they have to talk to one another.
In May, David Marshall and his team did a national study based on nearly 600 teachers about screen time in the classroom.
85% of teachers say that there's too much technology in the classroom. And, with regards to one of the technologies that's been in the news a lot, cell phones.
Marshall also found of all the teachers surveyed, whether they worked at schools where cell phone bans existed or not, most of them support no cell phone policies.
It's hard to get that large of a share of the population to agree on almost anything. So when you have this many teachers telling us something, I think it's important that we listen.
And there's advice for teachers, too, as they get ready to return to class, something they may want to keep in mind as they prepare those lesson plans.
I think overall schools just need to be asking a question, does technology need to be in place to enhance learning for this particular learning objective? And the answer doesn't necessarily need to always be yes.
So as a reminder, as students on traditional calendars prepare for the school new year, North Carolina law requires school boards to restrict smartphone access, but permits certain exceptions like teacher-approved academic use, lunch, or passing periods. Jackpot Watch continues with the Mega Millions prize tonight at $743 million. Tickets start at $2 and the drawing will be held at 10:59 p.m. Powerball on Saturday is up to $600 million after no tickets matched on Wednesday. Those tickets start at $5. You can watch the drawings for both games right here on WRAL just before our 11 p.m. newscast. Thousands of people packed inside the Raleigh Convention Center, the sights and sounds of GalaxyCon in our next half hour. And we leave you here with the winning lottery numbers. We'll be right back after the break.
Live from WRAL News headquarters in Raleigh, your #1 source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
The recent rain has helped put a small dent in our drought. Meteorologist Grant Skinner explains that we still have a long way to go to break the drought.
We've had a lot of rain so far this month, almost 9 inches so far. The 23rd, 2 inches yesterday, about 2 inches on the 7th as well, and a couple more days where we had a lot of rain. But we still need a lot of rain to break our drought conditions. You have to put it in perspective at the total water year. This starts on October 1st of last year. It goes all the way through September 30th, but of course you don't have those numbers yet. So we'll go through the 22nd, third driest at RDU, still about 11 inches inches below normal. Now, the couple of inches we had on the 23rd certainly helped, but still well below normal. And same for Fayetteville, the 4th driest water year so far on record. So we need a lot of rain. Looking at the total amount of rain that we would need in a 1-month period to break the drought. This uses climate data through the 21st. So again, we still would have updates with the rain that we have on the 23rd. But you can see about the 18 inches for parts of our area, 16 to 17 inches in other spots, towards the coastline up to 20 to 21 inches. So again, we still need a significant amount of rain. You have to put it in perspective. Over a long period of time, we've had a lack of rain. So even though recent rains have certainly helped, a significant amount is needed to break the drought.
And the WRAL Severe Weather Center has been tracking the growing drought and its costs to crops, homes, and outdoor fun across central North Carolina. You can catch up with the latest outlook, how long it could last, and how you should be saving water on the WRAL YouTube channel. Only on WRAL, a teenager is accused of using AI to make sexually explicit images of female students who attend a Wake County school. Nidell police tell us the teen faces 9 counts of second-degree exploitation of a minor. So we spoke to a parent who wanted to remain anonymous. She says that her daughter is one of the girls whose photo was manipulated by the accused teen. However, she is not one of the cases prosecutors are using to levy charges against him. She says prosecutors told her the images didn't meet the threshold to bring to court.
This is a very traumatizing experience for the girls involved. This is something that's going to last for years. It's going to create issues for them moving forward.
That parent and several others connected to the investigation told us many victims were Wake County Public School students. So we did ask these questions here. Has communication been sent to parents? What safeguards are in place to protect the students involved? And is this suspect a Wake County student? A spokesperson for the district said that they did not have students or a student enrolled by the name parents provided to us, and they could not comment any further. Well, the Raleigh Convention Center is packed for GalaxyCon, and dozens of celebrities will make special appearances, including today. And we're talking about Steve from Blue's Clues, Anakin Skywalker from Star Wars, Dwight and Angela from The Office, and so many more. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey was there as the doors first opened.
About 40,000 people are estimated to be coming here to the Raleigh Convention Center for GalaxyCon. You can see dozens of people lined up already for day 2. Some of these people arrived here more than 2 hours before the start of the event. Check out this video from when the doors opened. Your favorite actors, voiceover artists, cosplay and anime, all in one place. GalaxyCon has become one of Raleigh's biggest events of the summer. The Raleigh Convention Center says GalaxyCon has brought in more than $9 million annually for the city in recent years. We spoke to several event attendees who go to GalaxyCon every year. They say the sense of community is what keeps bringing them back.
Everyone is so friendly. You are bound to make new friends. It is a judgment-free zone. Like, no one really cares about what you wear, what you look like. They just get so giddy about their favorite fandoms.
I love this community so much. I love being able to find things that interest me. I love finding people that are into the same interests as me and being able to just find that niche family that you just didn't know you had until you got here.
Day 2 of GalaxyCon is already underway, and people will be back tomorrow and Sunday for the rest of the festivities. You can head to WRAL.com's homepage to find out info about those last-minute tickets. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News in Raleigh.
All right, there are a lot of fun events planned across the Triangle this weekend. It's time to take a look at WRAL's Out and About. It'll be a fun day for bikers in Raleigh tomorrow. Tobacco Road Harley-Davidson is hosting Bikers, Burgers, and Brews. It will include bikes, food, drinks, and a live DJ. That'll be from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Tobacco Road on Harley-Davidson. That's on South Saunders Street. Well, the World Cup may be over, but there is still plenty of action for soccer fans in the Triangle. The NC Courage will be taking on the Utah Royals at WakeMed Soccer Park tomorrow evening. It'll be Christmas in July night at the match. It starts at 7:45 p.m. and tickets are available online. And happening tomorrow at Fenton and Cary, Yoga 6. Cary is hosting a 60-minute session in the backyard. It is perfect for all experience levels, and people are encouraged to bring their own yoga mats and water. That'll get started at 10 a.m. Tickets are available online. For more weekend activities, you can visit WRAL.com and search Out and About. Coming up at 12:30 now, bear aware. Bear sightings are climbing this summer, even in places you may least expect. Well, you need to know if you encounter one. And Fire rescue. 2 officers rescue a teen trapped inside a fast-burning home. The body camera video showing how they did so just before the fire spread. Okay, listen to this. A surge in bear sightings this summer, from office lobbies to cars, even snoozing in the basement. This morning, we've got some tips here this afternoon on what to do if you encounter a bear on a hiking trail or even in your own backyard. NBC's Kaylee Harting reports.
With the summer heating up, bears are getting bolder as sightings of the creatures are soaring nationwide. In Colorado,
I heard honking all night, thought it was a crazy neighbor, and it was just this guy sitting on the horn.
a neighbor helping the car's owner set the unexpected passenger free. While in California, this fellow apparently losing his bearings, making his way inside an office building.
We had the AC going, so it's probably, nice on a warm day.
A mama bear and her 4 cubs were caught on this home camera outside Pittsburgh.
They're fun to have around, just not in our yard.
Like the rest of us, it seems like they're trying to stay cool this summer, wherever they can. Colorado Parks and Wildlife say they've received almost 2,000 bear reports so far this year, nearly double the same time last year.
Why are we seeing this uptick in bear activity this year?
I think the basic thing is people are spreading out, and their populations are increasing, and bears are becoming a little more bold.
Though some recent encounters on hiking trails have turned dangerous. One hiker had to be airlifted from Montana's Glacier National Park after being attacked by a large grizzly.
As soon as we made eye contact, it charged at me.
Bear sightings perhaps more expected in this remote Alaska town than in this family's front yard in a Los Angeles suburb.
If you see a bear, the worst thing you could do is scream, turn, and run. Raise your hands up, speak to the bear, say, "Hey, bear, back up." Give the bear some space.
And happening now in the WRAL Live Center, I know many of you maybe have a vacation planned in the Outer Banks right now, but this is what's happening right now. We're getting reports from the Cape Fear National Seashore that Highway 12 is closed between Rodanthe and just south of the Oregon Inlet. The situation is because of the rain that we've been receiving for the last 24 hours or so. Overwash, we're all familiar with the overwash there on the Outer Banks. So just a reminder that Highway 12 between Rodanthe and just south of the Oregon Inlet closed for right now. More news and traffic coming up after the break.
Not all superheroes wear masks. Take a look at this newly released body camera video from a deadly house fire in Ohio.
Where that? Right here. Come on. I got you. Come on.
2 officers rescued a 13-year-old girl trapped inside a fast-burning home earlier this month. The officers pulled the girl to safety just before the fire spread. 4 people inside the home were removed from the home. Sadly, 1 adult died from her injuries. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. Well, for the past few days, we've been talking about GalaxyCon, which is going on right now in downtown Raleigh, but a man in Arkansas is being called a real-life superhero after his good deed was caught on traffic cameras. We're talking about Andrew Renault tracking down the man behind the mask.
I just happened to be at the right spot whenever that man was trying to get across the road, and I just had to jump in there and save him.
Jonesboro's real-life Spider-Man works at the Ultimate Air Trampoline Park. He had just ended his shift when he spotted a man struggling to cross the road. While he was stopped at an intersection, he made a split-second decision to hop out of his car.
I tried to wheel him across before the light turned green really fast, and just got back in my vehicle and drove off.
That moment was captured on Jonesboro Police's traffic cam and quickly started making the rounds. Ultimate Air's assistant manager Packy Magel says he wasn't surprised to see one of his employees going viral for a good deed.
It was, on the one hand, heartwarming. On the other hand, it was comical to me because he's one of our employees, and it was just, and he shot out so quick. I thought it's more like Flash than Spider-Man.
Magel says watching Spider-Man in action was a good reminder that there's still good in the world.
It's just good to see anyone in today's day and time doing something nice for someone else.
And for the man behind the mask, he says he's loved comics since he was a kid and now wants to pass that on to the next generation.
I met Stan Lee whenever I was real young, and I always thought that whenever I get older, if I could just put on a suit and make some little kid believe that he saw the real one, that, you know, maybe he'd turn out to be a good person.
Talk about right place, right time. And are we sure that isn't Tom Holland? I don't know. Well, if you're looking for something to do this weekend that will get your heart pumping and help you make new connections, the Unity Run 5K Fun Run and Walk might be the thing for you. The Unity Run 5K Fun Run Walk is hosted by Latinos Run Raleigh Durham. The group collaborated with Black Men Run RDC and Black Girls Run Raleigh for tomorrow's event. Latinos Run says the purpose is to create safe spaces for people of all walks of life as they embark on their fitness journey. And while the group has organized events in the past, they wanted this one to be bigger and more diverse.
But this time I wanted to do it a little bigger and really invite all runners from all communities to come and join us and just really be a part of the Black Men Run, Black Girls Run, and Latinos Run Unity.
Yeah. What a great mission. The Run Walk is free, but registration is required, so please scan that QR code on your screen for more information. Runners and walkers of all abilities are welcome. The run starts promptly at 7:38 a.m. tomorrow. So, you know, with all of the fun events like this one, we really need to know, Grant, for this one in particular, between the hours of 7 and 10, and what are we looking like with that running weather?
Well, unfortunately, we have some showers tomorrow morning. Hopefully, they'll be a little bit lighter by that time. I think the majority of the heaviest showers will be earlier in the morning, but we'll be watching radar closely. And, of course, Chris Michaels will have updates tomorrow morning on radar and what's going on outside. So you can pull up the WRAL weather app and also WRAL News app. Watch News Plus while you're headed out there. Some brief showers moving through Wayne County right now, but we're a lot quieter across the area. The majority of the storms are right at the coastline right now. We have a break for the time being. We'll see a better shower chance late today into tomorrow morning, which we're going to talk about in more detail. Over the past couple of days, though, look at some of these rainfall totals, up to 2 to 4 inches. It was high as maybe 5+ inches back towards Greensboro. I know some reports in Greensboro were closer to 5 to 6 inches. Of course, RDU yesterday, we had 2 inches with even more this morning. You can see that we still have a lot of stubborn cloud cover with that front still close by. It's gloomy out there. It's cooler, but the rain chances, again, have dropped off for the time being. This afternoon, could see a few showers, but that's about it. They'll be pretty light. Temperatures reach the 70s for most spots. So again, it's going to be a cooler day, especially compared to those 90-degree days and 100-degree days we've had over the past handful of weeks. 77 for the high in Raleigh, 77 in Sanford, 80 for your high in Goldsboro, 77 South Hill, and 78 in Rocky Mount this afternoon. This evening, temperatures gradually drop to the low 70s. We won't drop in temperature that much because we'll have a lot of cloud cover through the rest of the day. And then rain chances pick up again overnight with that front close by. So watch for that. A 60% rain chance overnight through tomorrow morning. That finally starts to wrap up closer to 10, 11 a.m. So a smaller rain chance during the daytime and at nighttime overnight Saturday into Sunday, which is good for the Noah Kahan concert. By Sunday, a small rain chance, and Monday as well. But then by Tuesday, we're watching for our next system to move in, and we'll talk more about that one here in a second. I want to start with this, though. This is the flood risk overnight into tomorrow morning. We have a level 2 of 4 threat. It just means with some of those heavier downpours, we could see some localized flooding. So just keep that in mind. And this is the severe threat for Tuesday. So this is the day 5 severe risk. Again, the timing's not nailed down perfectly quite yet, but this is something we'll have to watch this weekend and the next week. We could see some strong to severe storms with our next system moving into late Tuesday into early Wednesday. So then we're watching long term, nothing to stress about right now. Just we're watching for a better rain chance later in the day on Tuesday. Right now, a 40% rain chance. We're watching those trends, of course, to see if that bumps up. Kat will have another update on that this evening. 77 for the high today, so cooler today. And tomorrow we only get 80 to 81. We're back to the 90s next week. So summer returns next week. But first, we have some relief. I'm enjoying the cooler weather.
We'll take the cooler weather, and hopefully we can get through next week. Thank you so much, Grant. Rooster fight. Coming up, a pair of business owners fought town leaders over their metal displays and won. How the colorful statues are bringing the community together. As we wrap things up, here's a look at a few of the headlines that we are following today. Raleigh police have arrested another teenager connected to the violent takeovers on the 4th of July. 17-year-old Kenna Daughtry will be charged as an adult. She faces charges including assault with a deadly weapon and going armed to the terror of the public. Several teens have been charged since. 3 weeks later, businesses are calling for changes they feel